Right guys, so I recently did a fresh install of CS because I messed up all my drive space with my Steam library and everything. So I came back to CS, reinstalled it, and I was getting lows of sort of like 165 FPS. The game felt choppy, basically just wasn't making sense. So I decided to do a quick video just to show the main settings I changed to give me sort of, I'd say probably plus 100 FPS. So now my lows are about 250, sometimes a little bit less if it's really intense. But yeah, I'll show you guys what to change. I'll go with the most significant changes first. So if we just stand here looking at this exact spot, if we see my FPS in the top left, we're getting highs of about 366 while recording. Okay, so the multi-sampling is something that made a big difference. I had this on 4 times, which is my recommended, and I completely forgot to change this down. So if we have a look at the difference now, what was it, 366 highs? Yeah, so that's over 40 FPS already, just from that one setting. I mean, the recommended was 4 times. You put it on CMAA2, I think it's called. We change that instantly, we get plus 40 FPS. Just make sure you've got that one down, because that's going to make a huge difference straight away. Okay, so just looking at the same spot, we're going to be looking at texture filtering. So some people say having it on times 16 makes absolutely no difference to your FPS. So we're getting the highs of 366 again here. Let's try it on times 16. So on times 16, we're getting highs of 344. So that's 20 FPS difference. So that's already 60 FPS difference we've got from this. Okay, we're just going to go over the Nvidia reflex low latency setting. So just a really quick one. If your GPU and CPU are pretty evenly matched in power, have it disabled. If your CPU is performing better, you want it enabled. If your GPU is performing better, you want it enabled plus boost. It just shifts the dynamics of what gets utilized more. So for me, my system's pretty even, so it doesn't make much of a difference if I put disabled, enabled. I'm getting about 367 highs while recording. Enable plus boost, which is the incorrect one for my system. Let's have a look at the highs. Highs of, I think it's 347, I did it before, but yeah, it's even lower now, so that's losing me 20 FPS straight away. So make sure you've got that on the right setting, just double check. You can go on some websites to check which is more powerful, where the bottleneck is, so yeah, just have that on the right setting because that could be a difference of 20 or more frames there for you. Okay, so next up, I'm just going to do these settings all together. So these are the settings you're going to want to have on low. So we're getting about 365 highs. Then if we have dynamic shadows on, we have global shadow quality on anything but low. Let's just put it on medium, for example. We've got shader detail on high, and we've got particle detail on, let's say, high. So we have all of those settings turned on to medium or high. We have a difference of about 15-20 FPS there. For a lower end PC, you might be looking at a much more severe deficit in FPS from those settings. So you just want to have them on low and off and sun only for the dynamic lighting. There's no real competitive advantage to having them on unless you have a beast computer and you want the game to look really good. Just have these on the settings that I've shown. Okay, so the next setting we're going to take a look at is going to be the ambient occlusion. So let's put this on, say, just medium. Yeah, so we've got a pretty massive difference here. It's looking like a 25-30 FPS difference, and that's just on medium. So definitely just have this one turned on to disabled. Okay, so we're looking at the FPS in the top left with HDR turned on now. 346 highs, and put it on performance. Doesn't make a huge difference to the way the game looks. And yeah, so again, that's sort of plus 15, plus 20 FPS there. So definitely just have that one off if you need the frames. So lastly, we're going to look at the inbuilt upscaling, basically. So we've got this disabled on highest quality. This is for just because I want it to look better. If we have it on performance, let's have a look at the difference now. If we put it on performance, we're getting highs of I'm going to say 420. So 420. So we're getting sort of plus 50, 60 FPS there. But this is the downgrading quality we get. Everything looks blurry. It's not ideal. I wouldn't play with this unless you really need the FPS. And of course, you don't have to go all the way down to performance. You could keep it on balanced or quality, ultra quality, I guess. But I keep it on highest quality because I can afford the frames and I don't want the game to look like that. So if it was me, I'd keep this on highest quality just because you don't want the game to look that bad. It could cause issues with visibility, which obviously you need for successful gunfights in CS2. Just a quick one as well. Always have boost player contrast enabled. You need it for visibility, worth the FPS loss. Just have it on. VSync, have this disabled. I've never had this feel good. Even if you've got a high refresh rate monitor, you want as much FPS as you can possibly get. So have this disabled.